reports on Apple Intelligence, the not-so-secret UK iCloud issue, and a new map app. This is MacVoices. MacVoices is supported by Notion. Work faster, write better, think bigger with Notion. Learn more at notion.com/MacVoices. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, it's Tuesday night, and this is MacVoices Live on YouTube at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV, like it is every Tuesday night. You should be here with us because we're pretty predictable. Well, at least as far as the schedule goes. The rest of it, forget it. Not even close. Not even close. But we have a really full house tonight, and I'm really happy to welcome everyone here because some of the folks we haven't seen for a while, some of the combinations we haven't seen for a while. So we will just get to it. So the person in the top left of my screen isn't quite here yet. Yes, she is. There she is. Just right on time. Brittany Smith is back. Britt, it's great to have you back.
Hey, thanks for having me as always.
I love it. And you must be quite the draw because look at the panel we have. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, look at this. That's pretty great.
I know. So it's a welcome back Brittany party.
Boy, thank you.
Top right of my screen, because he's been usurped by the welcome back Brit party, is David Ginsburg. David, good to have you.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me. And yeah, it's great to see Britt and great to see everybody. It's a nice big panel tonight. It's going to be some fun.
It definitely is. Definitely is. Brian Flanigan-Arthurs is here. Brian, thanks so much for being here. What's going on in your world?
Just keeping busy. It's interesting weather we've been having here in the desert. A little rain last week, and then we're up to the 90s next week. So ups and downs.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you're here. Speaking of up and down, Jeff Gamet is here.
I was wondering if you would take advantage of that segue.
I could not.
Proud of you, Chuck.
I could not out, and I'll let that open for interpretation is all I'll say. But
Same.
I'm glad you're here, Jeff.
I'm glad I'm here too.
Marty Jencius is beside him. Marty, great to have you as well. And it looks like this time you've tried to match your mic cover with your shirt.
Wasn't even thinking about it, Chuck, but nice that you pointed that out, that you can buy matching colors. I have an orange one for an orange shirt that I wear. Today, I have spent all day grading exams, and you know what I have to do when this show's over? Grade more exams. Grade more exams. So if you could make this go about 6 hours, you'd make me really happy.
With this panel, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
We'll just turn a blues. Eric Bolden is here. Eric, it's great to have you as well, but I'm curious. Marty said he can get an orange cover for his orange shirt. Do you have an orange cover for that thing that you put on your Apple Vision Pro?
Apple Vision Pro Crocs?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
And
so now you
battery too.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, mine's black. I went with black.
I wanted something that would blend in. It was quiet.
Yeah.
What is the point of those?
It's Crocs for your Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah. And when you're wearing them and it lights up behind it, it looks like you're in some weird alien thing and people leave you alone. I don't know why.
Oh, you don't need that. You still look like you're an alien thing. So
the ludicrously expensive eyes, fake eyes that mimic your eyes.
There it is in black. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So Eric's is for deer hunting. That way the deer hunters will see him.
That's important.
In the woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just needs the orange shirt to go with the orange Vision Pro protector and the orange battery protector.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Then I might make it out. Or maybe not.
Most important,
I'm really curious about your shirt.
It clips on. That's what's the best part of this.
What's
I like the clip. Oh, and I suppose I should mention the the bluebirds are back. So there's a little teeny bluebird up here in the corner.
Is that a bluebird? It looks like it only has a blue head.
I don't know. It's an eastern bluebird. They can't. If it turns around and faces the other way, there's more blue.
Okay, I don't know. It faces the other way.
But it was looking at the camera, so you get the kind of front. So you get the blue head, and you can't see the rest of the blue parts. I'll see if I can make it pose better later on.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Beside him, Mr. Mark Fuccio is stealing Eric's usual Eagle Thunder. Mark, it's good to have you, and I think I know what the Eagle pictures are.
Okay, so I'll explain, but what do you think they are?
Well, I think they're the California Eagles that everybody has been so enamored with because they hatched 3 chicks, and I think 1 did not survive, so they're down to 2.
That's right. It's I guess I think their first chicks started to hatch about 2 weeks ago, and then it started becoming broadcast everywhere. And then later that week, on either late Friday night or early Saturday morning, the 3rd hatched, and it's been all over the place. I mean, there's a lot of people on the web. I think they're up to sometimes at peaking around 80 or 82,000 people watching. It's been on the national news on NBC and CBS, and I'm surprised Jim Rea isn't here because I think some of his news stations, KTLA or KCAL, have had a lot of coverage about them. But it's 2 pair. It's the she is called Jackie and the male is called Shadow, and she is bigger than him by about a third. And it's been, really fascinating to watch them as they go through, feeding them, and they've gone through a number of thunderstorms and so on and so forth. So if you just go to YouTube and search for Big Bear Lake Eagles, you'll find there's 2 live streams, and then there's a whole bunch of other people who take and boil it down in 10 or 15-minute clips of exciting stuff that happens throughout the day.
Nice, very nice. Well, with no birds behind him, but a big quilt, a trademark quilt, Mr. Webb Bixby. Webb, thank you, and you even showed up in a tie just for Brittany.
Yeah, I'll go with that. So, and also had executive committee today too, but either one works for me. So, Brittany, it is awfully good to see you again.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to lead you in, Webb, and you kind of missed the cue. Last but not least, in the least, Mr. Jim Rea. Jim, it's good to have you. What's going on?
Wait, I thought I wasn't here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I just heard I wasn't here, so I was very surprised.
I see.
I'm really curious about Eric's shirt. I want to know where I can see that news.
Just Google for it.
It's the Daily Bean.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, the news was swearing is what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the tagline for the Daily Bean.
Oh, did not know that.
I forgot I was wearing it.
I don't even know what the Daily Bean is, but
Chuck,
it's slightly political.
It's news with swearing.
Just a teeny bit, but yeah.
Just a teeny bit. Okay. All right.
It means you don't have to swear at the news. They do it for you.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hope that nobody engages in any serious swearing here. So tonight, because we have a few things that might incite you. The first one I wanted to point out, I have not had a chance to test this out, but apparently you can generate a report on things that you have used or sent to Apple Intelligence, which is just one of those things. I saw a couple reports that they couldn't get anything back. I saw a couple that said they did. So this is almost a public service announcement kind of thing that the article I just threw into the chat room and which will be in the show notes if you are concerned about what you're sending or not sending, check it out. Apple tells you how to get a report.
My report
Anybody?
better be blank.
Yeah. I mean, has anybody tried this, or would you use this?
For kicks, for fun.
Okay.
Probably not much more.
I think it's a nice gesture towards transparency on Apple's part, especially considering how people can get like really uptight about what may or may not be transmitted off their phone or their whatever their smart device is. But some of the reports that I've seen where people are saying, mine's empty, therefore Apple is lying to me and not disclosing what they're doing. No, you're just not asking your iPhone to do anything that's complex enough that it needs to do it off a phone.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's a matter of degrees, because otherwise you'd end up with what would amount to almost some of the logs that your phone generates, that you'd never be able to find out exactly what it was because there'd be too much. So I'm with you, Jeff. I think it's a nice nod to the privacy, the privacy focus that they have something like this. And I'm sure we'll hear more about it as we go along.
Yeah. I thought it was cute. The idea that we could generate those reports. I just tried to do it on one of my phones and nothing came up. Apparently there's multiple settings, like the last 15 minutes or the last 7 days. So it will generate attempt to generate the report that way. Now it might be on another phone that I haven't run it, but for me, the point of this is the point of the article. But what else is buried in that article is an explanation on how Apple really uses their AI, which is distinctly different than what I believe other sources or other AI sources are using in terms of protecting privacy. And they're very clear on how that's done in that article, in that support article. So I think it's worth reading just for that.
Marty, you've been an advocate for the way Apple has approached the whole AI large language model thing. Do you feel like the explanation, is consistent with the position you've taken on it and the position I think we all sort of agree with?
Yeah, I mean, I breathed a sigh of relief when I read the description of how they're handling it, because that's what I've been saying I think they're doing, and it's kind of nice to see it in the support document, at least the way I had thought they were doing it, and it had been explained originally. So, yeah.
Okay, good.
Hey, Chuck, just to add to your PSA part of this, while the KB article you brought up talks about doing this on iPhone, if you have a Mac that supports Apple Intelligence, you can look at the report for your Mac as well, or on your iPad, whatever. So you can see per device what's going on.
Thank you, Jeff. I know I didn't know that. So good. So there we are. We start out with a nice PSA for everyone.
MacVoices is supported by Notion. Work faster, write better, think bigger with Notion. Learn more at notion.com/MacVoices. Do you have more than one project going at any given time? Of course you do. Probably more like 20 or 30. Some are just yours, some involve teams, some are formal, some are informal. All of them benefit from being organized in Notion. Notion combines your notes, docs, and project into one space that's simple and beautifully designed. But not just stored there. The fully integrated Notion AI helps you work faster, write better, and think bigger, doing tasks that normally take you hours in just seconds. Take a jumble of notes, random ideas, and equally random documents, and turn them into an actionable project outline in seconds with Notion. Tired of sitting on the sidelines of the productivity revolution? Empower yourself to do your most meaningful work with Notion. Try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/MacVoices. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/MacVoices, to try the powerful, easy-to-use Notion AI today. And when you use my link, you're supporting MacVoices. Notion.com/MacVoices. Thanks to Notion for their support of MacVoices.
I got to touch on this just a little bit because we've talked about it now several weeks in a row, but the whole UK backdoor iCloud thing, this was supposed to be apparently a very secret order given to Apple by the UK government. Not supposed to talk about it. Apple's not supposed to talk about it. Apple's not supposed to talk about talking about it. And yet we keep seeing stories. And now there is an activist group that is, supporting Apple, challenging the UK government. And this just seems to be the worst kept secret around right now. So I think it's ironic that, something this supposedly this hush hush has now been dragged out into the light of day in so many different ways. And now it's generating support for Apple. Anybody have any other reaction to this? We don't have any resolution of this one way or another, nor will we probably ever hear about any resolution unless it gets leaked.
I thought it was resolved, sort of. I mean, they may not like it, but Apple removed the thing. They made a public statement that they won't do things. They didn't say why they were making it. Unless they're freaking out about it more, isn't the right call for them to shut up and take what they got?
Brittany, the only thing is that
they did not officially comply all the way. Yes.
Right. That's the thing. That's the thing. And so would Apple be subject to fines or sanctions if they didn't?
I mean, they can't, right? If they comply, they are in violation of other laws. Am I wrong about that?
I'm not sure about that one.
Because if they comply with, we can give you access to everyone inside your inside the UK or outside. That's not allowed.
That does break, or I guess break treaties. But okay, Brittany, here's the thing. All these countries that have treaties where it's like, no, you can't do this. You can't spy on our people. On some level, they probably want this to go through and happen because the UK has acted as a sort of espionage data broker for a lot of countries because data can pass through them and to where it needs to go and avoid breaking certain treaties. So, yes, it would clearly, if they went after data for someone in the United States using this, then that would be in violation of a treaty. But if they got information that some other country wanted that, like the Five Eyes, the big countries with their spy agencies, the UK makes money off of getting the data that one country wants and sending it to the other country where it needs to go. And they get to work around a lot of treaties by doing this. So while the United States is shaking fists and no, you can't do this. This is so wrong. We didn't know about this. There are probably people behind the scenes that are like, come on, just make it happen so we can start getting the stuff we want, more of the stuff we want, and be able to say, we didn't get this data. We're not breaking any treaties.
And they're
good times.
And they're treaties upon treaties. So in fact, there was at one point, I believe, the U.S. government was pushing back against the UK because this order to Apple allegedly broke, or at least violated to some degree, a treaty they had about not spying on each other between the US and the UK. And yet here, this would be the UK being able to spy on pretty much everybody. So take it for what it's worth. Apple has released a new map app. You try to say it two or three times. That will allow you to help improve the accuracy of Apple Maps. So, is everybody going to load this up? I mean, I've been using Apple Maps more and more for non-driving things. I still use Waze for driving because of the immediacy of the traffic reports and the police reports. But I'm finding Apple Maps that I really like it for directions a lot. And so I'm curious to see if anybody is still having negative situations and whether you would bother to try to report them. Nobody?
I'm still seeing silly things from time to time. But from what I read in the article, it sounds like there's too many hoops to jump through that I probably wouldn't do it. Because way back when, AT&T had an app about, dropout spots, and basically, all you had to do was, just open the app and click it about when or where you were, and that was it. Apple seems, from the article, seems to want too many things. That just seems like it's a big, lots of friction, and probably not worth it.
Jeff, did I misread the article? You just asked in our private chat if this is available to the public. It says it's available for free on the App Store, but you're right, it says for very specific users. I may have missed that part.
Well, but see, you might be right. It might be for everyone. But my understanding was this isn't an app for you or me to download and use. This is an app for the people that are part of Apple's partnerships for improving and updating Maps data. At least that was my understanding. But I haven't done any digging into this, so it's completely possible that that I'm wrong about the app.
The article. I mean, I've read it since it was available in the App Store that it would be for everyone, but maybe not. At the end of the article, it does say that there's a way in the Maps app itself to report a mistake. So maybe I had that wrong, but listen, any way you take it, I think it's interesting. It's one more initiative that Apple is trying to improve Maps because it took such a beating early on. So whoever is supposed to be using this app, I like it. So, Brian, you had something?
Yeah, I was just looking at. I was reading the article too, and I had a question regarding. I guess it's partnering with a company called Premise, and it says it's a platform that offers rewards to people who complete simple tasks. And so, for my question, it's just a matter of, I guess, knowing Apple and their attention to privacy and security, but yet they're partnering with a company that's, I'm assuming that's their business model, is getting information from its users in order to provide those rewards. So it just makes me question. I don't know. Maybe Apple's the one that's maybe making the information anonymous and then sent to them. I don't know, but it was just a matter of, I trust Apple. I may not trust this third party that they're partnering with, and that would influence my decision of whether or not to help improve their system.
I'm failing at finding this on the App Store.
Yeah, it says available for free on the App Store, and if you click on the link, it tells you it's available in the iPhone App Store, and then you go to your iPhone, can't find it.
Jim?
Oh, I think that this isn't for the public. That was my interpretation. This is, some program that Apple has contracted with some company to run this, and it's sort of like, being an Uber driver or something. You have to be part of this program.
Have to qualify.
Yeah,
Dave?
When I read about it, the reason I said you have to go through all sorts of hoops is, yes, it's not generally available, but reading through and clicking through, it seems like you need to have the location, you need to take pictures, you need to describe what the error was, and then I think there are other things, that you need to upload as well. So that's why I'm thinking it seems like it's probably maybe aimed for disgruntled business owners, maybe, than it is, for people like us just driving by and finding an error on the map.
Like it was said, the Premises seems to be the company that is involved with this, because when you open it, I have it installed on my iPhone and it says Open Partner App, and what it does is it goes out to the App Store and opens up Premise Earn Money. It's earning money for tasks and surveyors. So it's obviously not. I even downloaded that app and I didn't see how you could do anything with it. So it even the comments, with the rankings, it says it's really bad, 2.6. They said, make it available for more people. So apparently there's not enough partners. So this is kind of, I don't know, this is kind of like a non-news story, honestly. I don't think anybody can really use it.
Is this like
I think,
sort of a crazy version of a bug bounty? Maybe that.
I don't know.
Don't they already have a way that anybody can submit things?
Yeah.
For maps. I think what this is something that has downstream of that Apple's gotten a report that there's a problem and they want to verify it. So this is a way to, not have to have an Apple employee go out and say, is this correction really needed? So they're just, sort of like TaskRabbit. So I think it's like, if you're on the list, then they will say, tell you, please go over to that address and, verify what the real thing is. So it's more driven from Apple rather than just random people coming in and saying, hey, make this change. I think what it is they've gotten a, indication that there is a problem and they want to verify it. And it's kind of weird that, why is this public? Seems like this all should be something that, you should only know about if you're actually in the program. So I, kind of seems weird that it got publicized this way.
Yeah.
If I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah. It feels like an app for contractors.
Yeah.
And then if they want to do something like add a bike trail or do something else, they can go talk to some company and say, okay, hey, go hire a bunch of people and tie into this app. You tell them what to go take pictures of, and it all combines back together.
Yeah, like I said, it goes back to this app called for Premise Earn Money. And if you read through the text here, it says earn rewards by completing simple tasks, share an opinion, or take photos around your city to help the community, and then earn rewards in your spare time. Kind of almost makes it kind of a scam if you read through some of this. It says map your community, get rewards while you capture what's happening in your community. So because that's what happens as soon as you open the partner app, it goes right to this app and tells you to download and install it.
It reminds me of this thing that my friends who are frugal people who are also Android users would fill out these surveys of like Google had been tracking them and like, did you go to the store? What did you buy? I'm like, why on earth would you do that? Isn't your attention worth more to you than that? Let alone your data. And the fact that we share a lot of things in common. So when you're selling your data, you're also kind of selling mine. Ethical issues aside, like, isn't your attention worth more than that? Like, I was appalled. It was all I could do to not just rant. That's what this reminds me of is let us do really creepy things and pay you pennies for it.
Britt, I'm going to push back just a touch on that because there are legitimate things out there that will pay you for your opinion. Now, what they pay you is pathetic, and I'm with you. It's not worth my time. It's probably not worth the time of anybody here or anyone listening. But I can see a benefit to, and I'm sorry, I've lost who made what points. But if there was something that was reported by someone that was a big enough deal, maybe this is a way to get sort of crowdsource it to go check it out.
And it's more ethical than the ones where you aren't telling people what you're collecting, right? Like, let's be clear, there's way worse stuff out there. But this is what it reminds me of is let me do tracking things, and here is money for tracking things.
Yeah. Now, I do have to say
with
that
a tangent.
adding features into maps and submitting it, that does seem to work. You can ID buildings and locations and things in places and parks. So that's kind of helpful without having to use this app.
Yeah. And you have to know, Eric, that just because you say it's building X doesn't mean that Apple's going to take your word for it. They're going to have to be a lot of people report it's building X before they would accept that.
It shows up on the map now.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, let's move on here because this I didn't expect this one to generate so much discussion. Yeah, I expected the next one to generate the discussion.
I'm deleting it, so it's not. It's a useless app.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.